Hey everybody, good morning. It's John Potter, Prestwick's Director of Player Development. Today I want to talk about chipping, and more than that, the differences in the chip shot and the technique we're going to use based on the lie of the golf ball and the course condition, right? So from fairway to rough, and how that might change. Okay, so I'm just going to stick with one wedge here today, just my sand wedge. You can use a variety of wedges, and I would encourage you to practice a variety of wedges depending on like pin location and accessibility, how much green you have to work with, terrain, undulations on the green, the lie itself. Are we uphill, downhill, side hill, right? That might determine what club we choose. But for now, to simplify things, I'm focused on two things. One, the difference between the lie in the rough and the lie in the fairway, and the technical changes we need to make to hit those shots best. Okay, so standard chip shot. I like ball about center. I like center of gravity. We're going to determine that mostly by chest, sternum. Hang your club straight down. It should be at the ball or slightly in front of the ball. Now, unlike a full swing where you have a lot of lower body movement to generate power and speed, we're not doing that in a chip shot. So I'd like you to favor maybe your front side slightly, and we're only going to ever increase on the front foot. Okay, so I don't want you finishing back. If you stay centered and it's all a rotation, that's okay, but I'd rather, if we're going to be off balance at all or finish with any weight transfer at all, it's moving in the direction of the target. Okay, now, what changes when we're in the rough here? Okay, so I'm going to set this ball down a little bit in the rough, get a little grass behind it here. Now, I can't sweep the same way. Okay, if I do, one of two things is going to happen. Either I'm going to kind of skim the top of the grass and kind of scull that golf ball or catch it a little thin, right, because that ball's not as accessible, or I might chunk it. I might drive down into the grass, which really slows it down. Now, there is a way we can play that kind of like a bunker shot and be okay with hitting well behind it, but that's a completely different thing, okay? So let me grab this ball here again. What I would like you guys to do, sorry, like my disappearing act. What I would like you to do is experiment with something for me. In order to get to a golf ball that's less accessible, we can't sweep it the same way we could from a nice clean lie here in the fairway, agreed? So what I want you to do is we're going to set up about the same, maybe a little wider, but our weight is not moving back anymore. We're going to stay centered, maybe even slightly forward, and I want you to grip down on that handle, which might require a little more tilt, pelvic tilt forward, okay? But what we're doing is we're trying to generate a steeper angle of attack. This is why you need loft, okay? Don't use a pitching wedge, a 9-iron, 8-iron. There's not enough loft, especially when we steepen that angle of attack from the rough. Not enough loft to make that a high percentage shot. So use a wedge with some loft. We're going to grip down, and when we grip down, what we're doing is effectively narrowing our swing arc, okay? So if I have a real wide arc, up a little taller using the length of the club, and I'm hinging my shoulders, you can see how wide that circle is. If I narrow that by gripping down, you can see that arc's a lot smaller, and in a shorter, tighter arc, that angle of attack is going to be a little steeper. It lets us get to the ball a little bit more easily, so we're not trying to sweep it through this grass, okay? So set up just a hair wider. That'll get you a little closer to the ball, maybe a little more pelvic tilt forward, down on the handle, okay? Now I'm still favoring my weight moving forward, but we're going to make this a little bit less sweeping by being shorter on the handle. We're going to kind of lift it and drop it like that, and see it still pops up because we have the loft of the club and we're hitting down on it, and that ball stops just as quickly as the one I hit from the fairway. Okay, so quick review. Fairway, centered, feet narrow, real wide with the shoulders. Okay, if you're going to move your weight at all, it's moving forward from the thicker, longer, deeper grass when we can't get the club on the ball. Narrow, widen the stance, narrow the arc, meaning grip down on the club, weight forward. We're going to be a little bit more up and down on it, okay? Good luck on that. Let me know if you guys have any questions. It takes a little practice, and now that it's not very warm out here today, but as the weather warms, we've got the covers off the green. These courses are going to be opening soon, and you can get outside and practice. As always, let me know if you have any questions. Have a great week.